celebrate. I got no man, man, or deal with them hands. Starting to guard me. I ruinate plans. Smash, put on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard. Playing with amateurs, they on attack when they tackle like damages. They react and lay it back on the camera with high boys, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a piece, I'm an animal. Keep the competition up like a animal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Hit dials.
This is the development traits. This player has a zone ability. This is a.
I remember when they always doing the dash, cut it off, smash, put on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tempo, copy, end zone, watch me, celebrate. I copy, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, or deal with the hands. Starting to guard me, I ruinate plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, put on the gas. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. You know that you're keeping it local. I can pop on the beat like a turkey, or run straight through the G like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. You call yourself making a name. I put in the checks, the folks regretting and letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. Trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never stepping on stumble. I take off boots, man. And watch the juice through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Keep your pocket like plastic. They're gonna blitz past me.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the veteran Joe Flacco and his new team, the Denver Broncos, as they match up with the great Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. Standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. The Broncos head out for their first drive, and at the controls in his first season in the Mile High City, a former Super Bowl champion in Joe Flacco. And in Baltimore, they drafted Lamar Jackson. Eventually, he would take over for Flacco week 10 a season ago. So Flacco out. Well, the Broncos said, we still think he has some time left in his career. They bring him in for some stability at quarterback, something that they really haven't had in Denver since the departure of Peyton Manning after their victory in Super Bowl 50.
What's up?
What's up?
You're probably going to kill this, but...
Bruh!
Give it a second.
Dang!
Give it a second.
What?
First and 10 here for Flacco. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey.
You lucky,
Only a
bro.
couple for him there on the game's first play.
You
and
lucky.
second down. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
And how about Phillip Lindsay's rookie season? Began the year 3rd on the depth chart, finished it in the Pro Bowl. Not bad for an unrestricted free agent out of Colorado with speed to burn.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Where do you get those videos from anyway?
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Philip Lindsay. And he is met
you get him from where?
In the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And it's free to download?
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they
Did you get good sleep?
A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Returnable here for Davis. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he is going to be smothered in the backfield again as he ran into a wall there. Now Rodgers on the bootleg, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front side can get him down.
Weather like this, always treacherous for kickers. A good sign early, though, is he's able to put that one through.
And you remember him right before the kick, stomping around his area to make sure that things were going to hold for his plant foot, and it did.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set.
Usually I score all kinds of touchdowns.
The last drive, the 1st drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Flacco, and that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Well, 1st quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got a 3. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Dang.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. And now look at him go. Touchdown!
Yeah, boy.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Mason Crosby. I always thought that was a weird name. Mason Crosby.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 52 yards.
Boom, shut up.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. This is first and goal from about the 8. They'll run with Lindsey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be second and goal. So they get pushed back to the 11. And here's second and goal. One more time with Lindsey. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal.
You on your laptop?
Flacco, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You on your laptop?
Zadarius Smith, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And McManus able to put it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football? It says...
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Packers. Officially, that goes down as a kick return of 107 yards. What a run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Joe Flacco
stuff
here.
is
We get a
moving.
peek at what he's done so far in this game.
Your social blade is working, right?
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To pass, Flacco, and that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Flacco, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Davis now to return it.
I don't really watch football much. The only Super Bowl that I watch.
And it's a touchdown for the Packers. Well, what a game for him. He hits for the return cycle, so to speak. He had the kick return. Now the harder part, just got the punt return for a touchdown.
And I would imagine that the special teams coach, as the ball left the punter's foot, he was thinking, should have kicked away from it.
Yeah.
Should have kicked zones in a game, and he's in one now. He's in perfect sync with his teammates blocking, and he knows how to find the end zone.
Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back. And he did so.
And they haven't been to the Super Bowl since 2016.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
That was when y'all had a 28-3 lead over the New England Patriots in the third quarter.
The 20 to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, that game was rigged.
Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. They've got to find a way to get him more involved in this game plan. Down here in the second quarter, he doesn't even have a catch.
And don't think they're not hearing about it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. They come up on 2nd and long.
I mean, it's New England, right?
Has not been there this afternoon. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far.
I never did like the Patriots, but there's only one player I really can't stand.
And that is incomplete.
Tom Brady.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Matt Weil now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50
Yeah, I mean, anytime you turn on ESPN or something, it's always Tom Brady.
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum change.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now it's Flacco. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Dang.
Noah Fant with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos get a bit closer. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
That's fielded in the end zone.
I'm about to find out my head on this game.
And an alley to run. And there he goes again. 20. And the Packers are in for the score.
I can't help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. What an absolutely electric return. 106 yards from end zone to end zone. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say, I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Flacco. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Passing play. Flacco. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it...
What is this in for?
Oh my god, that's a
That's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now Joe Flacco and the offense heading back out onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
Make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. On 3rd down, Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging.
And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today...
Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream to having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit.
Let me turn these notifications
connects
off.
on the extra point, and a route is on here in this first half.
One time. I don't even think communication, man. I've been on Xbox for about 4 years.
I got a copyright claim on that video yesterday. It was because of a song in Madden. Like, you know how every game has songs in the game?
This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24.
Well, they copyright claimed me for that.
The Broncos on the field ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds
Yeah,
to go in the half.
I'm used to them doing that, but they do it even though they know it's not my fault.
Pressure coming, and they got him once again. Preston Smith in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports halftime report. Time for a look around the NFL here in week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field. The Super Bowl 52 champs hosting a team that's never won a Super Bowl. Who are out in front. Nelson Aguilar, a touchdown reception.
The Lions have never won a Super Bowl.
From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan with 3 touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Stephon Diggs, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
About like almost 20 years old, I think. I don't know.
Wow.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
People outside do that.
Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say not get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, at the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Rodgers. Looking deep for... He's got him in. Complete. Past the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and the lead will swell by 1 more. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, wow.
Zadarius Smith, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it.
Yeah.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams, 39 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out.
Yeah.
I think all from us is good drops. I don't even know the channel's still there.
Catching it, and he's done exactly that.
Dang.
Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
After this game,
Flacco looks to throw.
after I get done with this last game in this game, I'm hopping on City Skylines.
Preston Smith in there again as he's able to pick up sacks.
You know, they've actually got that on Xbox.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball just to try and get some space.
A throw there, but that's going to wind
I
up
don't know.
incomplete.
I don't even know if you can join in on people's cities or not.
Second half now, this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like
Well,
they're just totally
only reason
out of
I have
sync
it is
whether
because
they're
I got it when it was
passing the
free
ball
on
like you saw
PlayStation
there.
for a limited
Seems off.
amount of time.
Let's take it inside his own 40. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Rodgers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers as his guys continue to pour it on. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, That type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. Crosby with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Anybody want
after the touchdown,
a wee wee channel
to kick it away?
Bruh, you know what I should do? Create a YouTube channel called It's Wee Wee YT.
They really couldn't get anything going.
They had to come from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Zadarius Smith, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Why don't you just rename it to It's Faded YT?
And he goes down once more. Preston Smith. He's the one that drops him this go around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. That one into the hands of Hamilton. The 40. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 59 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Flacco got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing.
And he's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Preston Smith. 2 plays in a row now that he has got in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
It just gave me a channel to do stuff on that has 9.
And that is no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
Defense. It's almost supposed to be a million. What the snap?
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Open man, here's Hamilton. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Deshaun Hamilton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get 1 score closer. Extra point from McManus is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going.
Like and subscribe, or Mr. Beast will not give you $1 million.
Steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you
I should really make an intro where it's like, it starts off, like and subscribe for better content. Oh,
you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full
No, like and subscribe.
Oh boy, it's going to be tough to get
for
him
more
down.
week content.
They're lucky they did get him down. A big hitter to start the drive.
Oh, wow.
Near midfield here for 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Jeff Hireman, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Matt Weil now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
I'm sorry, Susan.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral. Because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. He's got this complete to Hamilton. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Hamilton, the fourth-round pick, had a very productive career at Penn State where he was teammates with Saquon Barkley. And the tandem of he and Cortland Sutton brings him nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Denver. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. Out comes Davante Adams in the offense for their next drive. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good, and I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because you know the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 56 yards. They go play action here on first down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Rodgers looking to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Rodgers again now. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, let's go 6, baby.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4.
All right, that's game.
A big offensive
80-17,
leading them to victory, and the defensive guys are saying, "Hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning."
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows it.
Oh yeah.
So for Green Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young.